man, what's going on?
I was just cleaning out my house and I got a bunch of stuff that I don't know what to do with it, and maybe you want some of it? I don't know. I think I got a copy of Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh, great!
I already have that, so if you want it, it's yours.
Great.
Yeah. Oh, man. My PS4 fight stick. You know, back in the day, this was such a, thing that you never thought was going to be available to you in your house. I mean, I know it's going to take you a long time to get used to it, but I think in the end you'll probably end up better at Street Fighter.
Yes! Hey everyone! I can't do that. Oh wow. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Completionist. And off to start this month is Superhero Month with Batman in Arkham City. To kick off our 4 comic book themed reviews, I'll be diving into a game that presents a somewhat personal chance for redemption on my part. See, back when Batman Arkham City was first released, I was just starting out as the Completionist. Beating games on a weekly basis was still pretty new to me, and it more than took its toll on my recreational gaming. Basically, it was hard to play games for fun because I was too busy playing games for real, because that was my job. Does that make sense? It makes sense. I bought Arkham City on day 1, sat down to play it, and just after about an hour or so of gameplay, I kind of lost motivation to play it, and I hate to admit it, but I have yet to revisit that game since. That is, until today. The Batman would not just walk away from unfinished business, and neither will I. So according to the general consensus of the internet, there is a lot of stuff in Arkham City, including over a dozen side quests, 100 unique challenge map challenges, 2 DLC mini campaigns, and a full completionist experience that supposedly clocks in just about average under 48 hours. So let's find out if I can beat that time and if I'm worthy of the mantle that is known as the Bat in my playthrough of Batman Arkham City. When Batman Arkham Asylum hit stores in 2009, it seemed to come out of nowhere and blindsided everyone, just like Batman. What are you doing? Back then, there really was no such thing as a truly great Batman video game. So this mysterious little title was met with very low expectations, but ended up impressing just about everyone. It didn't take long for fans to begin salivating for a sequel, but this time, their expectations were pretty damn high. Fortunately, the developers of the Arkham Batman games, Rocksteady Studios, began work on a follow-up almost immediately after the original's development had concluded. In addition to improving on the combat, exploration, puzzles, and the story, the devs set out to innovate whenever they could, as opposed to just adding more of the same stuff. What we ended up getting was a game that was even bigger, badder, and badder. Despite the great anticipation of Batman Arkham City, it went on to become the most widely beloved entry in the Arkham franchise. It's kind of like Arkham Asylum is to Batman Begins as Arkham City is to The Dark Knight. A perfect comparison with Batman games and movies. Yeah! Arkham City is one of the most popular games from the previous console generation, which is due to a lot of reasons. But the most important one out of them all, Batman does lots of what he does best. He beats the ever-loving shit out of criminals. Oh, look at that. Oh my god. Oh man, the Bat may never kill someone, but that dude for sure is paralyzed from the waist down. He is not getting up. He's down. He's got the stars in his head. You know he's not. Oh, no, he's dead. He's dead for sure, you guys. This is the hero we deserve, everyone. This is the hero. This is the man. This is the Bat. I'm the Bat. A whole lot apparently has gone down since the events of Arkham Asylum. The original mental hospital/penitentiary is closed for business, and an old dilapidated section of Gotham City has been repurposed into a prison borough known as Arkham City. The asylum's original inmates, the convicts of Blackgate, harmless political prisoners, they all got tossed into this giant jail regardless of their nature of their crimes or the obvious danger of keeping them all together with scarce supervision. I guess nobody in charge thought this was a bad idea, but considering that Hugo Strange, classic Batman villain and psychotic psychiatrist, is in charge of the whole joint, it's a bit easier to understand how a place like Arkham City could actually get funded. Bruce Wayne, using the superpower of common sense, is utilizing his political influence to try and get Arkham City closed down. But press conferences are apparently against the law now, and Wayne is thrown into the grinder. Shortly afterwards, Hugo Strange admits to knowing Bruce Wayne's true identity as Batman, and that an ominous event called Protocol 10 will soon commence. After breaking out of his handcuffs and breaking the Penguin's hand, Bruce calls in a little air support. Once he's geared up, Batman sets out to discover the secrets behind Hugo Strange and Protocol 10, take down the members of his rogues gallery who are running rampant in the city, and close Arkham City for good. Sounds like a good Saturday night, am I right? It's a good night. It's a good night, you guys. Arkham City certainly has an interesting and novel premise, but the idea of a facility like Arkham City existing within Gotham is a bit hard to swallow. Then again, if a little suspension of disbelief is all it takes to kick off a Batman story this badass, then yeah, I'm willing to pay the toll. The plot is complex and surprising, and that's not even including the optional side quests. With everything that's included in this game's story, it ends up truly feeling like a night out with Batman. At the time of its release, Batman Arkham City was more than just the greatest Batman game of all time. It was the most accurate Batman simulator ever created. Every one of its features, from the sound design to its characters' animations to the appearance of Arkham City itself, were designed to make you feel like the Bat. And I didn't even think anything could do that more than Arkham Asylum. And thankfully I was wrong. The voice cast is a who's who of Batman alum, and they each turn out stellar performances. Most notably, of course, Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman.
Hello, Talia.
And the wonderful and truly talented Mark Hamill as the Joker.
But you of all people should know, there's plenty wrong with me.
These two put on one hell of a show, and the twisting plot takes them to places that neither character has been before. The music has been seriously amped up this time around. For example, the simple musical motif of Arkham Asylum has been transformed into a haunting theme song that makes you stay on the main menu for far longer than anyone should. And the sound effects are still some of the most immersive aspects of this game. Hearing the crunching of bone and the screams of your victim sure goes a long way toward making the player feel like Batman. The characters look wonderful and detailed, from Batman's suit getting progressively messed up as the night goes on, to the intricacies of the outfit of your average goon. Everyone tells their own story without words. But the level of detail in the backgrounds is where things start to get ridiculous. Not only are there landmarks from Batman's history everywhere you look, the four main areas of the city are so unique in their details that you can almost always tell exactly where you are just by checking out the architecture and the atmosphere. There's no way you'll ever mistake the glass domes of the Bowery for the drowned highways of Amusement Mile. Sometimes all you have to do is merely look up to the sky to get an idea of where you're at. Thanks to Arkham City's meticulousness, all it takes is an hour or so of gliding around before you're able to navigate without a map. The game's world may have gotten a lot bigger, but the level of detail has not suffered one bit. Every facet of the game is working together to create an experience that puts you in an accurate representation of Batman's world. The only thing that could possibly make you feel more like him is if you actually went out and fought crime yourself.
You didn't wash your hands!
Start, I'm doing the trash.
I don't believe you!
I have trash in my hand right now. God damn it, Gerard, every single time! You're behind the glass, I can see you're not hiding!
No, I'm not!
I can see you right there!
I'm not here!
There's a Coke machine!
Arkham City's gameplay offers even more variety than its predecessor. The focus is still on combat, stealth sequences, and puzzle solving, but this time around, things are a lot less linear. Batman has left the corridors of the asylum for an open world complete with optional side quests. That's right, if you feel like taking a break from that main storyline, then you can tackle a side quest, such as solving a murder, solving another murder, or answering phone calls from a murderer.
He held out the knife and demanded my money. My money!
Damn. Being Batman is morbid. The combat that's become synonymous with the Arkham series is more responsive and open-ended than ever. The game still rewards you for mixing up your moves as much as possible, which is even more fun and challenging now that Batman's got lots of brand new moves in his arsenal. The Predator segments are back too, having also received some nice upgrades. For instance, it's no longer a great idea to just leave Batman's detective mode on all the time. In the previous game, doing so made the game easier, but it also made things less fun and looked more bland. Now, detective mode's effectiveness is greatly refined, thanks in part to enemies that can completely negate its effects altogether.
Someone in this room is using a signal jammer.
In both the Predator and combat sequences, you could blindly button mash and dumb your way through. But being precise, patient, and perceptive is way more rewarding. And it's the best way to be the Bat. Like, really be the Bat.
Carbs are bad for you!
Tons of Batman gadgets return from the first game, like the Sonic Batarang and the Explosive Gel. But Batman also has so much new gear that I couldn't possibly go over all of it in this video. But I will mention my 3 favorite techniques from Arkham City in no particular order. The Grapnel Boost. It feels great to be able to regain lost speed while swinging and gliding around Gotham. This thing is so effective that you can use it to glide from one end of the city to the other without ever touching the ground. I am the night, I am the dark, I am the Bat, my feet will not touch the ground. The Glide Boost attack. If you're high enough off the ground and have sights on the enemy, you can dive towards them at high speed. Build up enough speed and you'll crash into them and flip them straight into the emergency room. You shouldn't have been on the streets, dude. Disarm and destroy. Imagine that you're a goon in Gotham City. You're doing your job when all of a sudden Batman shows up. You grab your gun and then Batman rushes you, snatches it from your hands, and dismantles it like he was Jackie Chan.
My daddy once catch a bullet. Caught a bullet. Caught a bullet.
Man, do you ever think that Batman's daddy caught a bullet? Oh. You're gonna need those new techniques if you want to take down the Riddler.
Oh no! Where have they gone?
That's right. He's back and he's hidden his little passive-aggressive traps and puzzles all over Arkham City like a narcissistic Easter bunny.
Well done, Dark Knight. You did it! Like a child learning to walk for the first time, I feel I should reward this miracle.
Trophies, riddles, and AR scavenger hunts all return, but also you have to use plenty of Batman's gadgets to solve certain puzzles, as well as perform some physical feats. Adding their locations to your map isn't done by collecting Riddler maps anymore. Instead, you'll have to hunt down and interrogate Riddler's informants throughout the city. They're marked with a green outline, and threatening them is a ton of fun.
Lie to me if you're done eating solid food.
Because threatening people is just great. There's a lot more variation beating all of the Riddler's challenges, which is good since there's a lot more of them this time around. Like, a lot more. No, take whatever number you're thinking of, triple it. No, quadruple it, then put a 0 behind it. Something like that. Everyday thugs and Titan monsters make a return, but they're also joined by armored baddies, one-armed brutes, and freaking ninjas! The bosses are much more improved in Arkham City 2, with each offering unique gameplay and impressive set pieces. For those of you who remember, this was my biggest problem with Arkham Asylum. The best boss fight has to be Mr. Freeze though. Every time you use one of your abilities to damage him, he'll either adapt himself or alter the environment to ensure that you won't be able to repeat that tactic.
I learned from my mistakes, Batman. You.
It's like being locked in a small room with a Terminator.
Let's kick some ice.
Ugh, never mind. Both Combat and Predator Challenge maps make their return, but this time there are a lot more of them. So, if you can't get enough of beating people up or scaring the crap out of them, and then beating them up, this game's got you covered. Arkham City offers you more of what you loved about Arkham Asylum, as well as tons of new great stuff. Playing as Batman has never felt better or more authentic, and it makes me confident that Batman could take on any challenge and never worry about anything. Go to final level, go to final level, go to final level. Not long after being locked up in Arkham City, Batman is captured and knocked unconscious by the Joker and Harley Quinn. When he wakes, Batman is informed that Joker is being poisoned to death by the Titan formula that he injected in himself back at Arkham Asylum. And now that the Joker's transfused some of his own tainted blood into Batman's, the Dark Knight only has a few short hours to acquire the cure. It's not long after that Protocol 10's true nature is revealed. It's a contingency plan to terminate all of Arkham City's inmates should they become too dangerous. And since Hugo Strange has secretly been supplying weapons to the city's villains, it's no surprise when he gets approval from Gotham's government to begin raining down hell. Batman eventually climbs to the top of Wonder Tower, Strange's base of operations, and confronts him, which is when Ra's al Ghul reveals that he's the mastermind behind Strange, Protocol 10, and Arkham City itself. Gathering all of Gotham's criminals into one place and then blowing them away is just his latest attempt at culling the unworthy of the world. Ra's kills Strange, the tower explodes, and Batman lets Ra's fall to his doom. Don't worry guys, he's immortal.
He ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3.
But of course, that's when the Joker pops up, seemingly healed of his disease and holding a gun to the head of Batman's on and off again lover, Talia al Ghul. Batman races to the rescue and distracts Joker long enough for Talia to run him through. But just as she hands Batman the cure, she's fatally shot by the real Joker, who still looks like hell. Plot twist, the healthy Joker was master thespian and shapeshifter Clayface all along. And now, he's looking to put a hurtin' on old Batman. As far as final bosses go, Clayface is pretty easy. You've simply got to dodge his various attacks and spam your ice grenades whenever you can. The grenades can only do a bit of damage, but you can deal some real pain to him if you stand in front of one of the room's explosive corners as he rolls at you. Do enough damage, and you'll unlock Batman's ultimate form, Sword Mode. Hack away at Clayface for a while, and then repeat this whole process once more to move the fight to an underground Lazarus pit. Clayface will summon his Clay minions, which, let's be real, can easily be cut down. Once the big dude appears again, you'll have to dodge his blasts until he leaves his mouth wide open. That's your chance to hit him with another freeze grenade. Do this a few more times, and Clayface will pack it in. Once the fight is over, Batman takes a swig of the cure, but hesitates when considering whether or not to share it with the Joker. But before he can even come to a decision, Joker stabs Batman, causing him to accidentally drop the cure. As Joker hacks out his last few laughs, Batman reveals that he would have shared the cure with Joker. Batman then carries Joker's lifeless body like Kevin Costner, leaving the walls of Arkham City and his greatest foe behind him. Ah, a classic romantic tragedy. Batman Arkham City is chock full of DLC, collectibles, and challenges. You may not have to finish the side quests in order to beat the game, but doing so will offer some cool insight into Batman's foes, some closure on certain plot threads, and a little foreshadowing for future events. But the biggest pain in the ass side quest of all is undoubtedly, surprise surprise, the Riddlers. There's just so many goddamn Riddler challenges in the game that I'm surprised that Batman doesn't just snap the asshole's scrawny neck when he finally meets up with him. They're not difficult to decipher or even hard to find. They're just everywhere. Don't beat yourself up if you don't have the motivation to collect them all, but if you do, you'll get the sweet satisfaction of punching Riddler square in the smug jaw. Catharsis. Beating the game unlocks New Game Plus, which allows you to play through the game once more with all of your gadgets and upgrades already unlocked. The enemies may be tougher, and there are no counter indicators, but you know what? None of that matters since you don't have to collect any of the f***ing Riddler trophies ever again. Bless you, Saint Batman. The game also includes a DLC mini-campaign starring Catwoman that's integrated straight into the main story. Although her segments often abruptly interrupt Batman's campaign, and her traversal options are severely limited compared to Batman's, she's a fun and great addition to the playable roster. There's even a DLC campaign entitled Harley Quinn's Revenge, in which you get to play as both Batman and Robin as they aim to put a stop to Quinn's vengeance on the Dark Knight for the death of her puddin'. It may be short, but it offers some unique gameplay opportunities with Robin and a little more resolution on Arkham City's overall story. And then there are the challenge maps, which you can play as Batman, Catwoman, Robin, or Nightwing in various combat and predator tests of skill. If you thought there were a lot of Riddler trophies, wait till you have to collect the Riddler medals with every character on every map. These medals are unlocked by achieving high scores and completing various tasks during your challenges. There are a whole lot of them, and due to the fact that you have to collect them all with each of the 4 playable characters, this mode is definitely where most of your time will go if you're attempting to complete the actual game. Thankfully, the characters have some alternate costumes to keep things fresh. I honestly don't know what I'd do without you, stocky, grizzled Dark Knight Returns Batman. Arkham City has its fair share of obligatory beat the game achievements, including ones for its DLC. Even the achievements for completing side quests aren't that bad, but there are a few annoying ones in there. Firstly, there are achievements for perfectly completing every challenge room with all 4 characters. And then there's the one where you have to talk to Calendar Man once a month on specific holidays throughout the year.
Happy Mother's Day, Mommy.
This isn't hard, it just takes time. Time I don't have. Feel free to set your system's clock to these dates one by one to unlock the achievement in no time. You won't get anything for completing the game 100%, but you will unlock a lot of cool stuff along the way, including the knowledge that you've dominated all of Batman's toughest challenges, especially Riddler.
I know you won't kill me.
True, but you can't say the same about the others, can you?
Arkham City isn't exactly hard. In fact, it's a lot of fun, but completing it 100% is a full-time job. There is simply so much content that attempting to 100% the game can end up being monotonous, especially with its required multiple playthroughs and challenges that you'll have to play over and over again. The game is great, but if you want to play it all, do it at a very leisurely pace. Let's break down things just a little bit. In my playthrough of Arkham City, there were 22 game over screens, 2 playthroughs of each campaign, one of which is a New Game Plus playthrough, which also happens to be the hardest version of the game, 440 Riddler challenges completed, 78 challenge map retries, 852 Riddler medals collected, 41 hours of total playtime, and 1 Jackie Chan's parent who apparently caught a bullet.
No bull.
Arkham City offers a lot to its players, but if you insist on doing it all, then you'll need the patience and discipline of the Bat himself. Batman Arkham City is more than a worthy successor to Arkham Asylum. It plays like a dream, and it's truly amazing how much it makes you feel like Batman when you're behind the controller. There may be a lot to accomplish, but if you love the gameplay, it'll stay fun the entire time. So, with that in mind, guys, I give this game my completionist rating of Finna Beat It.
Finna beat it.
That's all the time we have for today, guys, so please, as always, let us know what you thought about today's episode somewhere on the internet. Your completionist question of the day is, if you could be a superhero, what would your power be and why? Let me know in the comments below, or again, somewhere on the internet. Now, if you excuse me, Mark, put some voiceovers of me yelling, "I'm the Batman," in the worst moments you can in the game.
I'm the Bat. I am the Bat. I'm the Bat. I'm the Bat. I'm Batman.